Okay. All right. Okay. This is Sonia Ranger. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in East Syracuse, and East Syracuse, New York. And I've been with Stampin' Up! 2.5 years now. And just recently started doing things online, and I also very recently started with here on YouTube. If you do not have if you do not have your own Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you are interested in ordering and would like a demonstrator, if you reach out to me, you can go to my website, which is stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net. My Facebook page is Stamping Round the Dining Room Table, and you can always private message me there. There is more information on my Facebook page, and if you are interested in receiving a catalog, please private message me with your address, and I'll be happy to do that. We do have new mini catalogs coming out that will be effective starting January, and so it's getting an exciting time because we'll be getting some new things to look at. Okay, so today I just wanted to show you some cards I made using Love of Leaves. I got the general idea for this from Rose Ward, who is another independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I did do things a little differently than she did, but it's nice to be able to get ideas from fellow demonstrators. Okay, so Love of Leaves is a bundle. It comes with dies and stamps. And here it's just showing you the hope changes everything. I thought of you today. Your friendship is something I know I can count on. Thank you. Hello. I'm so glad you're in my life. And the leaves on here are from trees around the world, not just in America, because Stampin' Up! Does have demonstrators in Europe and in New Zealand and in Australia, Britain. So anyway, so they come from different places around the world. And it also has a die set with it. These cut out some of the leaves right here. And actually, these also have an outside, which I had used earlier, and they're just not here. They won't be on these cards, but I did use that earlier. Anyway, and like where they have these little, they put like the veins in the leaves if you would like to do that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you some of the cards I made, and I had a trio of colors which I took from this excuse me, from this paper that we have. It's called Plaid Tidings. It comes in 6x6 sheets, and one of the things we like to do is to decorate our envelopes, because we don't want naked envelopes. We want people to be able to see beauty from even when they just get their card in the mail, even before they open it. And one of the ways we do that is by stamping things on it. Another way is that we can put some of our designer series paper on the envelope, like on the flap there or down along the bottom. In this case, I didn't go all the way up to the fold line because this paper comes in 6x6 sheets, and I have quite a few of these cards that I'm making to send as Thanksgiving cards to family and friends, and I wanted enough to be able to put it on all of them. So this is really like 2 1/4 inches, and since the sheets are 6x6, I wanted 3 out of 1, so they're just 2 inches, but it still looks very nice. It doesn't have to be all the way up there. Some people have, if they have a little strip, might put along the bottom, either on the front or the back, to decorate that way. We have some dies that also help fancy up your envelopes if you so desire. Now the stamp set I use for this is one that was retired, but I really wanted to say Happy Thanksgiving. And this also comes with it, wishing you health, happiness, and the riches of God's bounty during this season and always. So what I did was I chose colors from this paper. I really like this design on this paper, but I have to say I would not have ever put together these colors on my own. And I wasn't sure how much I was going to like them when I started, but I thought, I want to choose this paper. I'm going to use the colors that are in it, okay? So, this is called Pretty Peacock. It's like a blue-green. And this color is called Cajun Craze, kind of a reddish, orangey, reddish, brownish. And this color is called, I'm going to say the wrong name. Mango Melody. Okay, so what I did was I made up cards that had the Pretty Peacock base, and one of each of the colors: Pretty Peacock, Cajun Craze, and Mango Melody. And then I cut a piece of paper to go around on the top of one of the other colors. Now I do have another one that's got this background, the Cajun Craze, with the yellow front, and I do have one with the Mango Melody with the peacock front, and I do have the peacock also with the Cajun Craze front. I just picked one of each to show you today. Okay, this paper here, I did that myself. And I have to say, this was like a learning experience. I started with a full sheet of our 8.5 by 11 Whisper White, and I just took the stamps I chose these 3 leaves, and then I dedicated one color to each leaf, and I just stamped. And I stamped full strength, and I stamped again, and stamped again, and stamped again. And then I just kept going. And then when I first did it, there's a lot of white, and when I put it on, I didn't care for it, so I added more. And then as time went on, I started to feel more comfortable doing this. This is not it's not an ordinary thing for me to do this. So I was stepping out of my comfort zone in a few different ways, but it's good for us to do those things from time to time. Okay, so I'm going to show you on just a little piece of paper how we do that. Now, these are clear stamps, and it's really, you get a better impression on your clear stamps when you use clear stamps if you have something that's got a little padding. This actually, this little thing on the top has a little bit of padding in it, so in one sense I might not have needed it, but this is what I use. Stampin' Up! Does have a Stampin' Pierce mat, which that's not what this is, but if you needed one, that is something that's available. So, I'm going to start with the Cajun Craze and using this big stamp. So, let me just see how to do this so that you can see me. I'm not in the way of the camera. So, I ink it up, try to ink it up fairly well, and I just start stamping. 1, 2. Okay, and just a little bit up. See, it gets lighter as time goes on. Put that to the side for right now. Then the Pretty Peacock. I'm gonna bring this over here. Okay, so then I'm gonna go stamp, 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 stamp. And even though it's going over each other, it's okay. Then the Mango Melody, the 3rd leaf. Now this one, because it's a lighter color, I don't get to stamp quite as many times with it as the others. I want to turn it a little bit here too, which I didn't do with those others. I did with the bigger ones, but not originally with this. And I just keep going until I feel like it's filled in enough. I'm going to do a little more, I think, with the blue and the Just like to get a lot of color all over. And obviously you can do as much or as little as you like. And then, so then this is kind of what I did. So then, once I did, so I wanted a little more blue. Okay, so even just the edge of the leaf. It doesn't have to be the whole leaf at all. You can just have little pieces of it. Over here. Okay, let me try this one again. So it just really, it's however you like it. And I know this is, I've seen things like this. I don't know what the technique is called. It's just, I'm just stamping to kind of get a lot of color on there. Just an all over color with some patterns kind of like showing through. A little more yellow there, a little more yellow there. I might want just a smidge more blue, but I don't want a lot. In fact, I think I'm going to stamp off and then stamp, so it's a lighter blue. So it almost too, as it gets lighter, you almost get like a rainbow effect. All right, I think I'm going to stop. I could keep going, but I think I'm going to stop. That's pretty. And I know it could look like, my goodness, that's kind of crazy. Yep, it could be considered a little bit crazy. All right, put these over here out of the way. I'll clean those later. So this dries pretty quickly. So I'm going to put this to the side while I assemble my card. Okay. Now I did want to show you the put this over here. Okay, so this card is 8.5 by 4 1/4, scored at, no, I didn't say that right. Say this again. 8.5 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, and this is what's called an A2 card. And it's pretty standard here in the United States for a greeting card, okay? So when it's closed, this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, okay? I'm using this bone folder to just kind of, just burnish the edge there so that it sits a little bit flatter. Then I took the piece of paper I'm going to put over here, in this case Cajun Craze, and I ran it through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with this it's an embossing folder, and basically you put the paper in, you close it up, and there's plates that go on either side of it. You roll it through, and when it comes out, it goes from a paper that's smooth like this to whatever the design is. And this one happens to be the Old World paper from our annual catalog. Okay, so then I'm just going to grab this to just protect my surface here a little bit from getting the glue on it. I use our Stampin' Seal. Okay, and then I just am going to center it there. So just, well, it may not be perfect, but to have just about the same amount around each side. And now it's time to put this on. And what I wanted, it's almost like the old Polaroid look. I wanted to have just a little around those three and more down there. And look, when I was just doing it on here, it looked kind of like a mess. But when you put it on here, it really pulls a lot of stuff out, the colors out. It really, I mean, it's kind of amazing to me how good it looks once you get it on there. At least I think it looks good. I hope you do too. And again, everybody, if you're doing it, you can put as much or as little ink on as you want. You can use different colors. You know, I just chose the colors that went with the paper, that one designer series paper. Okay, and this, if you wanted, you also could, I just wanted that flat, but we do have what we call dimensionals in there, which I have some here somewhere. I just brought them over, I thought. Maybe I did not. But anyway, I'll use those in a minute for my greeting, but they're little foam they have sticky little pieces of foam that has sticky on each side so that you can give something dimension by raising it up. All right. So what I wanted to do for, oh, here it is. Here's this. I wanted for my greeting on this one, because I decided this time I'm taking sentiments from the Love of Leaves, and I'm using this this punch, which I forgot to make sure I knew the name of. I can do it quickly though, I think. So I think it's in our mini catalog. Yes, it's called The Banner's Pick-a-Punch. It's $23 if that's something that you're interested in. And it has these little channels. And this one is this. See, there's one. This is about, I think this was about 1/2 inch. Maybe a little less. Let me see. Oh, it's 3/4 inch. I'm sorry. So then, if you had 1/2 inch, it would fit down this bottom. The 3/4 inch fits the second little layer, little step, and the 1 inch for that. So, and a lot of times I'll turn it over just to be sure it's all the way up and that it looks like it's centered. Okay, punch down, and look, it gives you that little flagged end. And now on here I wanted to say, I thought of you today. I'm going to use our early espresso, because it's a darker color, kind of stands out and help hold its own, but I didn't want black. Oop, put this here. And I want to put it over near the flagged end. Oh, I rocked it. To be a little careful about that. There, that's better. And then what I did after I put that on was I just trimmed it straight like that. Now, 1 minute. I don't know what I did. I started to bring them over and then I left them. These are the dimensionals I was telling you about. I'm going to put one, because this is going to, no one's ever going to see that I made this mistake on the back. But that's why everyone said paper has 2 sides. Some days we're really thankful for that. Okay. I'm going to put this right here. Right here. For the inside, I want to say, I'm so glad you're in my life. That just about maybe 1/3 of the way down, maybe 1/4 of the way down, whatever you like, however you like it, because I want to have some room to write. The other thing I want to do on here is to put a little leaf in this corner just to decorate it. And I'm going to use, I'm going to close this up so I don't get my fingers in it or something, and also to make sure I get the correct color I want to use. I'm going to use the peacock again, and it doesn't have to be the whole leaf. I want most of it, but okay. Move this over to the side. Let me close this up for right now. And I'm going to put some of our Stampin' Seal on here. And again, I do my best to center it. And to finish off the card, I'm going to put some of our rhinestone basic jewels. Get a little bit of sparkle. Let me get we have this, our, if I can get a hold of it here. This is our Take a Pick tool. Okay, just to kind of give it a little bit of sparkle there. And then I'm going to show you how I decorated the envelope. Now I am going to put, oh, a little bit of glue got on there. I'm going to put on here just like a leaf, just like I did on the inside. I'm going to put that over in this corner. So I need this one more time. Almost forgot about that. I could have left it open, but okay. And this one I'm going to put right about there. Okay. Now I am finished with all of my stamping. And I want to show you how we put this on. I found that one of the easiest ways to glue it is to put some of the Stampin' Seal there, there, and there. So it's along those three edges, and then on here on the top edge, because I'm not, that way then I don't have to make sure that I'm exactly on the money for where it's going to be. And then I just wanted to line it up so that it's about the same, that's to the very edge of the envelope flap, and that I have about the same amount on either side. It's off a little, but see, it's pretty close. And then make sure it's, and then I'm going to take my paper snips and trim around here. Maybe. It feels like it's a little more difficult than it was earlier when I was not on camera. Why is that, huh? I didn't really think I was nervous, but who knows. So there you have that. Alright, so it's pretty simple. I mean, yes, it had a lot of steps, but it's really pretty simple to put that card together. Okay? So maybe that's something you'd also like to try yourself. I certainly hope you will try it. If you would, I would really like it if you would give me a thumbs up if you liked this, and also if you would subscribe. That would be fabulous, and so that you can see other cards that I make. I'm planning to have something on YouTube Wednesdays about 7:30 in the evening. Sometimes the time might be a little different, but I'm really working towards getting it on at that time each week. Okay, so your comments are appreciated, and again, if you would like to visit my Stamping Around the Dining Room Table on Facebook, or go to stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net. You can get some more information about even about Stampin' Up, about ordering from Stampin' Up. And I hope all of you have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye, and happy crafting.